Morning, everybody. Hey, Feisty, how you doing? Oh, shoot. Sorry about that. Had to go grab some really quick. How you guys doing this morning? Portrait confuses me. It confuses all of us. Don't worry about it. All right. we are all quite confused. What's going on, 45? How you doing? Lisa, Luca. How's everybody doing this morning? Hi, Sodium. How are you this morning? Denzel, doing good this morning. I appreciate you, brother. Midwest, how you doing? Hawks, it is Monday. It's just a holiday, and I have the day off from my actual job. So, uh, yeah. So I'm here. So I'm early today. I haven't quite decided whether I'm gonna do a. I haven't quite decided whether I'm. Hey Shay, how are you? Hey Lisa. Hey Shay. Haven't decided whether I'm gonna do a night live tonight or not. I don't know. We'll see. Honestly, it's just gonna depend on how I feel. But I had some time this morning, and so I figured I'd grab a cup of coffee and come hang out with y'all. Today is Indigenous Peoples Day, or as Trump likes to call it, Columbus Day. As some like it called. So yeah, there you go. What's really funny, so like I said, I used to live in Italy, and for you guys who for all the people who graduated middle school, right? So we're not talking to Maggie yet, but for all you guys who graduated middle school, Columbus was Italian, right? He sailed for the Portuguese, but he was Italian, and I will tell you, the Italians make fun of us a lot for having a Columbus Day because they're taught real history over there, right? And there they're taught um, that Columbus was a buffoon who got lost in the ocean because he didn't know how to navigate. And they can't believe we celebrate him. And they're right. But yeah, they were like, why do you have a day off for that idiot? Well, Corey, yes, the Italians make fun of us for a lot more than that, but this one they actually have a pretty valid claim on. Okay, like this one's pretty accurate. It's centered a lot around Alfredo, which for you guys who have not traveled there, is not Italian. It's not Italian in the slightest. Okay. What's going on, Whiskey? CJ, how are you guys doing this morning? Jaren, I see you over there. Yeah, not Italian at all. Yeah, not even a little bit. You know what else isn't Italian? Funny enough, spaghetti and meatballs. Yeah, that's not Italian either. All right. Nope, Alfredo was invented actually, I believe, in New York. Yeah, not Italian at all. Unless you're in a place where they're just used to seeing a lot of Americans. You go to most Italian restaurants, they'll look at you like you're crazy. Like, who the fuck is Alfredo? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah, Alfredo isn't Italian in the slightest. Oh, I could tell you. Yeah, it is it's not Italian American. It's American Italian, right? Is the correct way to do it. Say it right. So, well, quick little history lesson. So, when the Italians came over from Italy to the United States, in Italy, and still to this current day, most places do this in Italy, have about 2-hour lunches, right? 2.5 hour, 3-hour lunches, right? Like, they have very, very long lunches. So in Italy, it's not uncommon to eat in courses, even during lunchtime, right? So, and it's also not uncommon to like have wine with lunch. It's not uncommon to go home and take a nap during lunch. Like, it's very normal there, right? And so when they came over to the United States, right? And they got slammed into these like, the American work hours where they were getting like a half an hour for lunch or whatever it was, right? Working in factories and stuff in the United States. They had to find a way to eat the food they knew, but on a shorter time frame. So they started combining courses, right? So traditionally dude, what is going on? What is this person doing? So traditionally in Italian, food, you would have a meat course and you would have a pasta course, right? You wouldn't have one or the other, right? You wouldn't have one or the other. So what they did is they took their meat course, which was the meatballs, and the pasta course, which was like spaghetti, and they combined it together to make one dish. Where traditionally in Italian food, it wouldn't be one. There you go. There's your little food, food history for today. And also correct, I see in there, yeah, and they usually eat dinner. They don't usually eat dinner until like 8 or 9 o'clock. Yep. That is very correct. They eat dinner much, much later. Also, spaghetti isn't Italian. Yeah. Yeah. Pasta actually is from Asia. Yeah. Whole other thing. See, we got. See, I just gave you. I gave you so much. Yeah. No, like pasta's from China. Do I mean noodles? You do realize that spaghetti is a noodle, right? That's all it is. It's a noodle. Yeah, if you look into the history of, I actually like back into history in Italian culture, they didn't have pasta. That was actually something that they brought over from China, and then they actually developed that into their culture, which is why we even have things like spaghetti. Yeah, it's crazy to think like that's actually another good point, Vicky. I had forgotten that one. That is actually true. they actually didn't traditionally have tomatoes either. Tomatoes aren't native to Italy. Yeah. So it wasn't until they found like more Western cultures, Western places like the Americas, that they actually found out about tomatoes and then brought tomatoes back to Italy. But traditionally, like in the history of Italy, yeah, there was no tomatoes. Mm-hmm. Everything you know about Italian food is wrong. Everything you know about Italian food is wrong. Tomatoes are Italian, pasta's not Italian, and Alfredo's not either of them. Not even close. That's just completely American. So there you go. There's your history lesson for today. You're welcome. You're welcome. See, you came here to talk politics and you learned about pasta instead. Isn't not what other live are you getting that on, huh? Huh? You tell me what other stream, okay? You come to talk about politics and you learn about pasta, huh? Is mozzarella and Parmesan Italian? Yes, as far as I know, both of those cheeses did originate. Specifically, Parmesan is from Parma, which is actually a region of Italy. So, especially that one. What's going on, Mystic? What's going on, Tara? How you guys doing this morning? Pasta politics. I like it. Oh my goodness. Pasta politics. Pasta facts on the 8s. I love it. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude. All right, y'all. Welcome on in. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? We're just getting this thing started and getting this thing moving as we do. We are going to start taking some phone calls very, very soon and getting into some conversations. But as you guys are coming in, please do me a favor. Come say hi in the chat. Say hi to me. Say hi to each other. That's the algorithm. You like it and you like being here. Participation is key. Participation is key. You help me help you. Help me help you. All right. Y'all, we're about to have some good political conversations. I hope there's some good political conversations. We had some interesting ones yesterday. I'll tell you that much, man. We had some crash outs yesterday. We'll see if people. Oh, we'll see how people. We'll see how people are feeling this morning. Yes, I am on early. Yes, it is a holiday, which is why I'm on early. Okay, and that's why I'm on early. So please make sure you're here and hanging out. So again, the more you guys are into this live, the more I know that hey, these are good days to come on early. All right. If you would like to support the live, I do have memberships. Memberships are a great way to support the live. I really appreciate that. Also, I do have super chats open in between callers. I like to throw those up and have a conversation. If you throw up a really good one while a caller's up, I might actually just throw it on the screen and put it up there so everybody can see it across all the platforms. But more importantly than anything, please make sure you hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this every single day, but Fridays. Fridays is my day off because because I gotta protect my mental health too. All right, I gotta protect my mental health too. What was I getting ready to say? That's my train of thought there. I lost my train of thought. Not important. Anyways, if you still support Trump for whatever reason that could possibly be, there are two ways you can get a hold of me. One is to join the multi-guest request button on that one platform that allows that. The other way is to call in like somebody is doing right now. Check that out. Let's see. Let's start out the day. Let's see how we can go. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? All right, goodbye. I thought we were ready to go. I thought some people were ready to talk already. Usually, like I said, when I get on earlier, it seems to be a little slower, but that's fine. Usually, when I come on at night, it's like instantaneous. But we'll get there. No big deal. We'll get there. No big deal. Hello, how are you?
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
Yeah, yeah. Can you hear me though?
Yep. How old are you?
I'm 25. I'm 25. Yeah,
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
yeah, yeah. I for the most part, I support him. I mean, like, I just know like it's a how do you say it's a complicated game that you're playing when you're the president. You have to balance just like what you want to do with foreign like things, right? And then like you also have to deal with like the domestic as well. Like there's not really too many other branches that are dealing with foreign affairs and domestic as well.
Are you
So
telling me that being president is hard?
it's really difficult, and I feel as though we
Wow.
should put a lot more into like finding who we want to be as president, as opposed to just dealing with sensitivity. Like people get like really like explosive around like politics, and it makes people just make irrational decisions. It seems as though like that is like a constant state. I
I
had
have
a I
no
had a
idea what you're talking
specific
about, sir.
question though.
The only people that are really being irrational when it comes to politics are people that are still somehow supporting Donald Trump, which is absolutely nuts, right? Who is literally
Well,
violating the
it
con.
is
Oh,
never
I know.
really.
I let you talk plenty. My turn.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
literally people who are watching Donald Trump violate your constitutional rights on the daily and are still somehow supporting him. The people that are watching Donald Trump literally send the military against their own people, trying to suppress people's rights to protest, suppress people's constitutional rights. Literally, that is somehow like the craziest, like emotional reaction. Saying that I don't want that is not some blow up, opinion. That should be the opinion of all Americans.
So I feel as though it isn't really one sided. Anytime you speak to someone with either view, they're always a bit explosive, highly super critical of your intelligence. Like for some reason, they're highly like critical of like what it is that you're saying whenever you're speaking politically on both sides of the end. But how I've been, at least I haven't been in like the like politics for a while, for long enough, but like how I've been like doing my metrics like on like the presidencies is how they're handling foreign disputes and geopolitics. So like when it comes down to like like that was my specific question when I came on here. Actually, I was curious to how you would, if you were president, how you would manage the Iran China Russia situation, with Russia supporting Iran in its attacking and posturing in the Middle East, in Iran really not wanting anyone that's not like Muslim or Islamic inside of that area. And with Taiwan, Russia, I mean, with Taiwan and China and Russia and Ukraine, how would you deal with that, like that trio that's going on over
Yeah,
there,
sir. Sir,
trying to?
I could totally give like my own like foreign policy breakdown of all of these situations. That like that's pretty simple for me. Okay, first of all, no cap podcast.
Specifically
Thank
the
you so much
Iran,
for that. I really appreciate that. But I'm not really
specifically
here to talk about
Iran.
like if I was president. Let's talk about Donald Trump's handling of it. Let's start with that, okay? Because that's what we're here to actually talking about. Not if
Yeah.
I was president. How about the person that actually is president? Well, cool. Donald Trump, when especially
Insane.
Donald Trump specifically, okay, has made Putin more legitimate. Okay, by doing things like meeting with him in Alaska, repeating his propaganda talking points. These are things that are making Russia more legitimate, which we've seen not only just by the reaction of the rest of the world, but we've seen it by the emboldening of Vladimir Putin by his increased attacks since Donald Trump has been president, and the increased casualties that we've seen in Ukraine based off of it. Right. So first of all, his handling of the entire Ukraine Russia war has not only been flip floppy and not strong, but it's been very very ineffective. Right. Let's talk about the Iran thing. Well, Cool. We bombed a bunch of Iran nuclear sites that we didn't destroy. He's getting up on television saying we did destroy them, even though we didn't. And even though his own, director of national intelligence said that they weren't trying to build a nuclear weapon at that time, now they are coming out saying that they actually are trying to get in and actually have a nuclear weapon. So not only was his strike ineffective, but it actually made the situation in that area worse because now we have a hostile bad actor like Iran that is actually now actively trying to get nuclear weapons.
And so, was it of your opinion that they weren't trying to get nuclear weapons at the time? I mean, we wouldn't know because we aren't there. That's what makes these kind
You
of
think we're not in
highly,
there?
highly.
You think we don't have spies in Iran?
I mean, even the Israeli spies that like are considered the best of the best are. It's difficult for them to know whether they were building bombs.
We had nuclear
all,
watchdog, UN nuclear watchdogs in there. The literal intelligence from all of across the United States intelligence, which is again one of the strongest intelligence forms in the world, if not the most, not the strongest. The director of national intelligence under Donald Trump said that they were not attempting to build a nuclear bomb. And that was agreed upon by by the intelligence assessments of over 50 other countries across the planet.
Do you feel as though Iran should be contained though? Because I mean, they do have their doctrine after the CIA coup, and I guess it was in the early like 70s or something like that. When they got back their government working and they put in new leadership, like their doctrine literally states the U.S. as like an adversary, as someone that they're like.
Sir,
their doctrine like has them against.
Yeah,
so
if they are against us, okay, and they weren't trying to build a nuclear weapon, and now they are, which one's better?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Gotcha. Donald Trump's direct actions have increased the likelihood that they have a nuclear weapon. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, if you're getting intelligence from like, if you're getting any kind of intelligence that says that they are building a nuclear weapon or that they have the facilities, because how it works.
But he wasn't.
But if you.
But
he
wasn't. Sir, he wasn't. Okay.
There's a difference. Look,
we know this
on the way that in uranium enrichment, and the way that uranium enrichment works is that you can get it up to a percentage of enrichment, and it only takes a little bit to take it all the way to nuclear. So
that's crazy, sir. That's really crazy how you know that and the director of national intelligence doesn't. Do you not think the director of national intelligence knows that?
Yeah, and him telling him that they're not building nuclear capabilities could have been him just saying that their enrichment is only at 80% when it only has to get to 90%.
First of all, the director of national intelligence isn't a him, and it was at 60%. They talked about that.
Interesting.
Yeah, the director of national intelligence is Tulsi Gabbard under the Trump administration. Okay, and she briefed back in May that they were not attempting to build one and that they had not gone over 60% or made an attempt to go over 60%.
My view is that I just really want Iran to be contained. Like whatever the president has to do to make sure that they remain contained is like is of the utmost important. They're the only country that literally has in their doctrine that we are adversaries and that they want to destroy us.
That's not true.
The other countries
that's not hold on. That's not true. But second of all, how would you contain them?
How would I contain them?
Yeah. What do you think would be a good way to make sure that they stay contained?
If I were president, that isn't the way. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to have us fight 3 wars on 3 different fronts.
Perfect. Sir, I know you're trying to move on. I'm not ready to move on. Let's talk about containment. Okay? Let's talk about containment. I think that's a good spot to talk. So if I, was the person that was trying to contain them, right? I would do things like make sure that we have the ability to go in and inspect their nuclear facilities to make sure that they're not building a bomb, right? To make sure that we have
not complying with.
I'm sorry?
Which they're not complying with.
Well, sir, of course they're not complying with. We don't have anything that says that right now. We're talking about if I was president.
But it was a topic of discussion.
Sir, you're going to have to sit closer to your microphone.
It was a topic. It was definitely a topic of discussion.
Okay, well,
that never went through.
Well, sir, it was a topic of discussion because it did happen under the Obama administration with the JCPOA, and yes, they were complying across the board. They were completely complying and letting watchdogs in to make sure that they weren't trying to build a nuclear weapon. Donald Trump, Okay, let that expire and did not negotiate in order to make it happen again. So therefore, we were at a spot where they were cooperating while they were complying, and we did know that they weren't trying to build a nuclear weapon, which is how we had eyes on it, which is how 50 different countries have all made the assessment they weren't trying to have a nuclear weapon, and now that's gone. Okay. Because the Trump administration decided to send ineffective bombs over there instead of allowing people to go in and make sure that they weren't doing that.
Well, those were the only bombs in the world. So like everyone's always like is being hanged up about this idea like why did the U.S. get involved? Where those are the only bombs that could have penetrated that mountain so deep.
But they didn't do it.
The capabilities of that bomb like was like surpassed like the amount of distance
they
that it needed
didn't
to travel.
Destroy the nuclear sites. It didn't happen. Okay. The consensus across the world from intelligence shows 3 to 6 months. Okay. That they set the nuclear program back, which means at this point, they're already back to capable on multiple of those sites. The bombs didn't work. The JCPOA worked. The JCPOA ensured Iran didn't have nuclear weapons. Okay, de-escalating the nuclear situation in the Middle East.
But there's been multiple countries.
It.
There's been multiple countries that said, "Oh no, we're not going to get nukes," and then next thing you know, they have nukes.
Yeah. So should we just bomb every country that doesn't have nukes in case they decide they want to get nukes later?
Yeah, but when you've been like told that you're not allowed to have them, then like you're not allowed to have them. You need to be contained. Like
sir, I asked you a question. So should we just bomb every country that doesn't have nuclear weapons
that has been told that they're not allowed to?
They've been told they're not allowed to. Who the fuck are we to tell who can and cannot have them?
The ones who's going to be containing them.
Okay, we had them contained, sir. Okay, we had them contained. They are no longer contained. Okay, and this is only on Donald Trump. Okay, this is only on Donald Trump.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I would just be doing whatever I have in my intelligence to try to contain Iran and Russia and China from making this, like, they have this, like, trio going on, and it's, like, really dangerous out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to hear what you're saying. Like, you know, like what was it called under Obama? Because, like, I mean, I don't know. It's not like the presidents have like they aren't on the same page, especially like with like Joe Biden like signing like an executive order to get rid of like the private prisons in the United States, and then Trump coming around and then not only bolstering like ending that executive order, bringing back the private prisons, allowing contracts to be renewed, but he also like came back and was just did like the whole push on the ICE and things like that, and used the facilities that were going to be like eliminated under private prisons. Like he just brought all of that back. So there are things that like the presidents aren't on the same page with, but like foreign affairs, like that's something that we definitely need to be on the same page with. And I think like the past 3 presidents, like I believe also Obama also supported Israel as well. So it's like it was all like it hasn't been off of the same note.
Okay, well, saying that foreign policy was the same between Trump, Obama, and Biden is just completely inaccurate. But I do agree. We should have a consistency of foreign policy across the board. That I agree with you on. Okay, but here's the problem. All right. Biden and Obama were on the same policy level when it came to that sort of thing. Hell, I'll even put it close, like even Bush was even closer to it, all right? Trump is doing the exact opposite. Trump is literally going and trying to become friends and being used and abused and manipulated by people like Putin, okay? Like that's a complete changeover. Donald Trump is the one that's isolating us from our NATO allies, right? Making us weaker with our allies across the world. That's something Donald Trump is doing. That's not something even Bush did. And Bush was an idiot, right? Even Bush didn't like just try to completely burn us with our NATO allies. Donald Trump didn't try to do things like start trade wars with the entire world to make us freaking, again, less secure within our own borders, right? That's a Donald Trump thing. All right. So when you're saying, oh, I think we need to have a little consistency across, well, you're the one who voted for the lack of consistency. You're the one who supports the lack of consistency, not me.
No, I voted for Kamala, but like how I see it is if they're the president, we have to deal with what we have, and we have to be able to politics throughout a presidency and understand where we differ and how things need to go, like how what we should be actually protesting for, and if not only protesting, like
you don't even know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? You're saying we need to get on the same page on what we're protesting for. You haven't even been consistent within your own statements on what you're talking about this time.
Like, what do you mean? On what side? I mean, like, I understand that Iran needs to be contained, and our foreign policy needs to be like, something that we can like pass on to the next presidencies and understand. And in our local like politics have been shit. I mean, like, it hasn't been like he's been doing the best, but like it's not like he's been doing the worst. Like, especially with people talking about like the National Guard, like being in the United States, they're the National Guard. Like, they're here to guard the nation from threats from within. Like, they were calling Chicago Chirac. Like, come on, like they were calling like our cities like horrible places just because there's so much violence.
Okay, dude. There was so much. You went into like 7 different topics, and I don't think you actually hit a single one of them. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the next caller. If you voted for Kamala Harris, you should sit back and listen for a bit, because you need to get on the same page as me, I think. But anyways, you have a good one. All right.
Yeah, you too.
All right. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what was going on with that. Feisty, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I really appreciate you. Big W's in the chat for Feisty for the 5 gifted, an extra W in there if you received one of those gifted from Feisty. Big W's chat, Feisty. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. And Cartwheels, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate that also. Big W's chat for Feisty and for Cartwheels. I really, really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this every single day, except for Fridays. I take Fridays off. But thank you guys so much for being here and supporting the live. So thank you guys so much. If you guys like to support the live, I do have super chats and memberships open if you'd like to support that way. I also do have my pay links in my bio. They're all at Polypolitics, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to move on to the next caller and keep this thing going. Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you? Hello, how are you?
I saw this phone number on YouTube.
Hello, how are you?
Niggers, 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 niggers.
All right, man. Tell me you're MAGA without telling me you're MAGA. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 26.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Honestly, I'm starting to get a little shaky.
You're starting to get a little shaky?
Well, more, I wouldn't say starting to, more like I am now, like, it's getting a lot more rocky. I was really big on him at first because I thought, okay, clean slate, no problem. Okay, it's better than Hillary. But as time progresses, I started to notice he's changed up his play style entirely. When he first started, it was very much, businessman. So he's telling the country, like, hey, get back to work, get back to work. But now that he's come back in, he's just gone full-blown politician. And I'm just, okay, no, this is not the Trump that we saw in 2016. This is a whole different Trump. So my question is, what on earth is going on? Why is he switching up tactics? And that's why I'm starting to be like, okay.
He hasn't switched up tactics.
From what I've seen, yeah. Well, mainly I live under a rock, so I just get my news from, 1, Instagram, 2, YouTube, so people like you. and
He
that's
hasn't switched up
pretty much
anything.
it.
He was a con man before, and he's a con man now. He's a grifter before, he's a grifter now. None of that has changed. The only thing that changed is in his first term, he actually had people that were in place to stop him from being a fucking psychopath, and they did. And now those people aren't in play anymore. Donald Trump isn't doing anything now he didn't want to do before. He wanted to go after his enemies before. He wanted to turn the military on the American people before, but there was people within the government to stop him. And now there's not, because he's, instead of filling the government with people that are qualified to actually do anything, he's filled the government with people that will just do whatever he says. A bunch of yes men sycophants that just bend the knee and kiss the orange Cheeto dust whenever they want it, whenever he wants.
Right. And speaking of military, I was on Fort Jackson Army Base back earlier in this year, and I didn't hear anything, obviously, because it's basic training. But now that I'm coming back, I came back home to California. Why am I seeing, this is what scared me, why am I seeing Israeli flags overtaking American flags? Like, I'm not sure how familiar you are with U.S. flag code. The U.S. flag's supposed to be on top because that is, the flag of our nation, the flag of the nation that we as service members signed on to defend.
No, you didn't.
Why is that flag on the bottom?
You never signed on to serve a flag or to protect a flag.
No, like as a symbol, like according to the flag code, that's why it's there. But why is it that
no, but I'll be very clear. You never signed on to support a flag. A flag is just a flag. Okay. Now, yes, I am familiar with flag code, but I mean, that's consistently broken. Do you know that the U.S. flag shouldn't be on Trump hats and Trump flags, but it's like that. People shouldn't be wearing American flag bikinis at the beach, but that still happens also. Okay. But you never signed up to defend the flag. You signed up to defend the Constitution. I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. The first line of your oath. Okay, the flag's nowhere in there.
Yeah. Well, I'm particular on it only because why am I seeing a foreign entity's flag being flown above the U.S. flag?
Sir, again, Donald Trump's supporters took down American flags at the Capitol and put up Trump flags.
Yeah.
Like what I'm saying is why are you surprised, man? Like why? Like again, this happened in 2020. Right? Like 2020, we're 2021, right? Like this happened, right? Like there's no respect for the flag within MAGA. I don't know why we're pretending why that's a thing.
I don't know. Maybe I've just been blindsided so much. Now it's finally, the pieces are all finally just connecting together and making sense finally.
Well, I'm glad they're making sense. And considering you said you're from California and I'm not going to, well, anyways, you're from near where I'm from. I know that. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're opening your eyes now, but the difference isn't Trump. Trump is still the same. Okay. Trump is still the same. All right. He's the same as he was before. He's the same as he is now. The only difference is the safeguards that are supposed to be stopping him aren't stopping him because they don't care about them, because this is the beginning stages of what fascism looks like. All right. I'm glad you have your eyes open, and I want you to just keep your eyes open, because now, hopefully now that your eyes are open, you can see exactly what Trump is trying to do, and you can live in this real world and not be blinded by what he's telling you or what the White House comes out with. You know what I'm saying? You just need to just keep your eyes open, because keeping your eyes shut, living under rocks, that's exactly how, we end up in bad situations. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's kind of part of why I was in the situation in the first place, because I've never been much in politics. That was never me. Like, when the whole Trump versus Hillary thing came out, I was in high school. People were like all bugging me, hey, go vote, go vote. Like, dude, I'm not turning 18 until after the election. I'm not turning 18 until we graduate. So even if I go try and vote, I legally can.
Yes, you should not vote illegally. That would be bad.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just more, I've never trusted politicians. Something about them always gave me, I hate using the term, but an ick. So that's why I'm just very wary of it. The politician can sound great. They could have amazing policies, or they can have an amazing character. I'm still going to watch them like a hawk, because I know, I'm sorry, politicians, doesn't matter who you are, you're all full of crap. They're all full of crap. They just say what the people want to hear. Because if they don't get the vote.
No, sir. They're not supposed to just say what people want to hear. They're supposed to also do what the people want them to do, which is why the Biden administration did things that the people wanted him to do. Trump is not doing that. Okay. There's a difference between just saying what people want them to say and then doing things that people want you to do. Joe Biden passed the largest infrastructure bill in American history. People want infrastructure. Okay. Joe Biden created more jobs than any president in American history. People want jobs. Joe Biden had the lowest unemployment rate in American history. People want that. Okay. Donald Trump is sending the military into freaking cities, okay, to squash protests of people dressed like frogs. Nobody wants that. Okay. The difference is that Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck what you want. Okay. He wants to do what he wants to do. All right. But anyways, man, I am going to move on to the next caller, but I do hope you have a good, wonderful day. All right.
Thank you, good sir. Thanks for hearing me out.
Absolutely, man. IE in the house. Hell yeah. All right, we're going to open up the phone lines, keep this thing going. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hi, how are you today?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
I'm actually 24.
Okay. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah. This is actually funny, man. I called in about a month ago. We had a conversation, kind of went back and forth. I actually gave what you said some consideration and did some extra research.
Well, that's
And
good.
come to find out, you're right. He's right, you guys. I know we got the keyboard warriors going crazy in the comment section right now, but he's right. A lot of the shit that he's saying is right. Now, I'm not saying he's 1,000% right, but nobody that you agree with is going to be 1,000% right with you on anything. So, I still don't really agree with some of the ways that the Democrats did what they did. They pushed democracy so hard and certain things, but I understand why they did it. They were trying to kind of slow down and stop what Trump was, what they assumed he was going to do or the way he was going to move. But yeah, I wanted to call in and let you know, like I do appreciate you kind of opening my eyes to a different way of thinking.
I do appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. All right.
All right.
All right. We're going to move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. All right. I guess we're going to move on to the next person. Oh, there we go. So they were blown up a second ago. Hello. How are you?
All right.
Awesome. How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes.
I don't understand what you're asking.
I mean, we judge time in years, and I want to know how many of those years you've been breathing. All right. Well, let's move on to the next person. I've never had to explain how old are you to somebody. That was that's different. That's interesting. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 58, going to be 59.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
No, I do not.
All right. Hey, I am going to move on. I am only looking for Trump supporters right now. I really appreciate you, but I do have to keep the live moving. I'm super sorry.
Thanks.
Yo, please only call in if you still support Trump. I know we've had a few kind of down here, but we're going to try to stick this to just Trump supporters for a little bit. Okay. Thank you guys. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
34.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
I just saw the show. I really like the conversations. I think it's good that you're talking about it. I'm getting cold feet. I think a lot of people are. But I still do fully support Trump. I think that a lot of the For instance, just I really like to see all the people that have been trying to stick it to Trump, get return fire from him. Letitia James and her, sorry, a lot to unpack. Letitia James and her accusations at Trump turning around and coming to bite her back in the ass. I fully
Hold on.
support Trump.
Just to be clear, you're just happy that Donald Trump is going after someone for trying to hold him accountable.
Hold him accountable for what exactly are you pertaining
for
to?
the crimes that he's done?
So in the pertaining to Letitia James, I believe that her accusation at him was that he was misevaluating property prices.
He was.
And that's the same thing that she's indicted for now.
No, it's not.
It is, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Tell me what she's indicted for.
Well, she's indicted for claiming a primary residence that wasn't a primary residence, which we already have the paperwork showing she didn't do.
Okay. So but she's been indicted, right? She's facing criminal charges, correct?
Yeah. So what?
Well, no. Not to say that Donald Trump isn't guilty of what she accused him of. It's just, my whole thing is.
Hold on, sir. Donald Trump did do what we said. Okay, like he did do that. We have the evidence to show that he did that. There is evidence to show that Donald Trump knew the property value. Knew what his property value. Okay, hold on. Donald Trump knew the property value, the value of his property. Then he went to the bank, lied about it. Okay, in order to get more favorable loan costs. We know he did that. Okay, we have all the paperwork to show that he did that. Okay,
right.
And now,
you want to know the main reason why they couldn't?
I want you to be quiet
on those charges.
No,
do you want to know why they couldn't get him on those charges?
No, I want you to be quiet
because the bank said
no.
Yeah, we knew.
All
we
right,
knew full well
I'm
what
muting
the deal
you now
was.
because I just said I do not want to. I want to finish my sentence. I want you to be quiet. Okay, you can tell me what you think about that after I'm done speaking. Okay. Now what Donald Trump is doing is saying, hey, somebody tried to hold me accountable for the things that I did. And so now instead of being accountable for the things that I did, I'm going to just go after them for anything that I can possibly accuse them of, because hopefully I can just scare people into not going after me. But second of all, okay, he wasn't charged with anything because those were not criminal charges. Okay. Yeah. All right. You're still muted. Okay. Thank you. They weren't charges. Okay. It was civil court. Okay. The charges were brought in civil court. They weren't charges. Now you can speak.
Okay. Okay. I'm not disputing whether or not Donald Trump is guilty. I believe that he is guilty of what he was accused of doing. I never even disputed that. The thing that Donald Trump was accused of doing is that actually super common practice in the real estate business that doesn't justify breaking the law. But Letitia James didn't take responsibility for what she did either. The last 4 years.
What did she do?
From what I've seen, especially in the media.
Hold on. What did she do?
What you just said a little bit ago that she did.
Yeah, I just said not only did she not do what she's being indicted on, but we already have proof that she did.
You're saying that you have evidence. I'm not always completely up to date. Something might have. Excuse me. I apologize. Something new might have come up that I haven't seen yet, and I'm willing to always take a look. I don't always have all the pieces to the puzzle. I don't think anybody really does. But I think something that's super obvious to me is that for the past 4 years, even more than that, it's been a relentless onslaught of an attack in the media against Donald Trump. And almost every single thing that you guys have tried to do, or not, I'm not going to say you guys, I don't even know your political affiliation, I could guess. But every single thing that the left has tried to throw at him, essentially nothing has stuck.
What has the left thrown at him?
Every single time.
Hold on.
They say that.
He's a 34 times felon. It has stuck. What is the left thrown at him?
He's not a 34 times
Yes,
felon.
he is.
Okay. No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Well, this is a common dispute among leftists and
This
rightists.
is not a dispute.
You guys keep throwing around the word. You guys throw around 34 felonies just like you throw around the word Nazi.
Well,
anybody who disagrees with you,
Nazi, sir.
you label as a Nazi.
No,
it's the same
I've never
thing.
called Donald Trump a Nazi, actually.
Well, that's what the left does.
Sir, I'm not the
Donald
left.
Trump
You're talking to
any-
me. Okay, awesome. So stop crashing out. Okay. Donald Trump was convicted
Nice try.
in a court of law by his peers unanimously on 34 felony counts. He is a felon. Whether you like him or you don't like him does not change that he is a convicted felon. Okay?
You can keep saying it over and over and over. It doesn't make it true.
Sir,
I
are you
love
talking
people,
to me on a smartphone?
I love,
Sir, are you talking to me on a smartphone?
I love
No, be
I
quiet.
love people
I don't
like
care who
Scott
you love.
Jennings on
Sir,
CNN
are you 30
who
sir,
constantly keeps
all right,
roasting.
you're getting muted again. Sir, are you talking to me on a smartphone? I'm not trying to set you up, sir. Are you talking to me on a smartphone?
I'm talking to you on a smartphone.
All right,
sure.
awesome. What I want you to do is I want you to go to your browser while you're on the phone with me, and then I want you to type into Google or Grok or AI, Chat GPT. I don't really care what you type it into. It really
I've got
does
a
not
computer
matter.
right in
Okay,
front of me.
perfect.
Come on,
Will
just
you
come on.
Google
Cut to the
is
chase.
Trump is Trump a felon?
Okay, let's go ahead. I'll bite. Let's go.
Sure, sounds good. I'm gonna do the same thing so I can put it up on the screen so everybody can see it. All right. Is Trump a felon? All right. So I just type it in. I'm not clicking on any links or anything like that. I'm just gonna put it up here for everybody to see. All right, just so you know, we don't say, oh, he's picking and choosing what he says. Okay. All right, cool. Trump was convicted on all counts on May 30th, 2024, becoming the first U.S. president to be convicted of a felony. Following his victory in the 2024 presidential election, his sentencing was temporarily suspended. Trump was sentenced to an unconditional discharge on January 10th, 2025. Okay. Now, we can go into whatever one you want down here. Okay. And it'll show, all right, that Donald Trump is a felon. All right. This is not disputed. Okay.
It's very disputed. It's one of the most controversial topics in politics today.
No, it's not.
You have 50% of the United States saying you guys are full of shit, and then the other half who are proven to be liars time and time again and double down on their lies time and time again, keep saying he's a felon. You know what? I'll say this right now. If Donald Trump actually was a felon, nobody would believe the left because they're fucking liars and they're proven to be.
Sir, the left didn't make him a felon. A jury did.
The case that you're talking about is so complicated.
It's not.
We couldn't possibly unpack
It's
this
so
right
not.
now.
Yes, we can, easily.
And
Why is it so complicated?
oh, okay, sure.
Let's do
you
it.
guys keep saying over and over again 34 felonies.
Yeah.
For what?
No, sir. You said we can't unpack it. I want you to go ahead and start because I don't believe that you even know what he was convicted on.
I don't think you do.
All right. Well, let's find out. You start with the first account. I'll go with the second account, third count, fourth count, and then we'll go back and forth. Sound good?
Okay, sure.
All right,
Come on,
you start.
shoot. What are you talking about?
Tell me
You're
the
one
first
who-
charge.
You're the one who knows what the charges are.
Okay.
I don't know what
Okay.
the charges are because there is none.
Oh God! Oh, so you don't even know what he was charged with. So now,
I know that he's
now,
faced
not
civil
only-
cases
so
before.
gotcha.
I know that he's faced civil cases
All right,
before,
gotcha.
but that's completely different, and you don't
Uh,
get charged with the felony in a civil case.
Correct. You don't. That's why we're not talking about his civil cases.
Okay, so why don't you name the cases where he is convicted of a felony and what that felony is
All right.
for?
How about this?
Because
Okay.
as
Cool.
far as
Cool.
I know,
no, that's fine.
as
I'll
far
agree.
as I know,
I'll agree. I'll agree.
everything that the news
No,
has
I
tried to
agree. I
list
bite.
as a felony conviction is actually a civil case.
Gotcha. Cool. I'll name the
All
first
of them
one.
are.
I'll name the first one.
Unanimously, they're all civil cases.
Yeah, I'll name the first one. You name the second one. Ready?
I don't know any of them. You do.
Then how do
because
you?
they don't
Then
exist.
how do you know they're civil
You're the
cases?
one who says that you know it.
How
You're
do
the
you,
one who says that
how
you
do
know
you?
it.
How can you claim
I'm
that they're
waiting
civil
for
cases?
you.
Sir, how can you say
I'm
that they're
waiting.
all civil cases if you don't know what they are?
I'm waiting for you. Go ahead. Tell me what he
I'm
was
waiting
convicted
for
of a
you.
felony
Ooh,
for.
what are you
please,
wearing,
please,
Jake
so,
from State
so
Farm?
I can dig into it. I can research it, dissect it,
Yeah,
and
awesome.
tell you
He
that
was
it's
convicted of 34 counts of falsifying business records in furtherance of another crime.
okay. Keep going.
Where would you like me to go?
Well, you know what? I think I just want you to keep going. Keep going with the felonies. Keep naming those felonies.
Did you even hear what I said?
You got 30. You got 33 more to go.
Yeah. Maybe you should try listening this time. Okay. Ready? He was
Shoot.
convicted of 34 counts of falsifying business records in furtherance of another crime.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Can you think of an example anywhere else in history where somebody's been charged of 34 counts of felony of the same crime over and over and over again? You know, it just,
Yeah.
everything that Democrats do smells like shit. It reeks of corruption.
All the
it reeks
time.
of lies.
That's not even hard
You guys
to
are
find.
so obviously
That's-
attacking your political opponents. You keep doing it over and over and over again, and it doesn't work. And
So
you
let
know,
me ask you a question.
It's crazy.
If someone murders 8 people, okay, do they only get charged with one count of murder because it's just one crime, or do they get charged with each time they do it?
Of course, each time they do it.
Okay, awesome. So why are you confused about Donald Trump having 34 felonies? Okay, because he did something 34 different times.
Well, my point is that hey, I'll give you this. The Democrats have always been good at a certain select few things. Lawfare, and they've been extremely organized with each other. It's amazing how the left-wing media all reports the same exact phrases.
I like how
literally
you're
20 minutes
ignoring
of an event
the
happening.
entire
What are you talking
thing
about?
of
I'm
what
not
talking
ignoring
about,
anything.
sir. You are pivoting very hard.
Okay, bring me back to this. Bring me back. Come on.
Yeah. So now that you know what his crimes are and what he's been convicted of, what do you think about that?
I think it's bullshit. And
How
I
is
think
it
that
bullshit?
the Democrats are so obviously lying. I think that I don't think that any judge charged Donald Trump with a felony.
You're right.
Mershon,
because
as
judges
far as I know,
don't charge people with felonies. You are correct.
well,
yeah.
whatever.
judge,
you know what I mean.
No judge has ever done that.
Don't
ever,
play
actually.
semantics. You know exactly what I mean. Oh, I misworded it. Oh, is that your gotcha moment?
No, it's just because
is that
words
your
mean
gotcha
things.
moment where I misworded something?
Sir,
so now you're gonna
word,
attack that?
Sir, every word that comes out of your mouth is a gotcha moment for me. Okay? Literally, every time a word comes out of your mouth with whatever you're saying is a gotcha moment just by you speaking. Yeah, I don't need to set you up. You're kind of setting yourself up and then doing it to yourself. Like I don't even need to be here. I could just turn off my microphone and let you talk. It'd be 40 gotcha moments for me.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, and I know that you believe that Donald Trump is guilty of 34 felony counts is what you said. And I don't think that you know any better than I do that that's true. And I think that you'd love to believe that it is true, though, because that's your political enemy and you want to attack him.
It's not just true. It's proven true. We have all the court documents. We have,
I don't
the
think
whole
that
thing
it
recorded.
is.
Sir, I don't care what you think about it. Okay? Your opinion on facts doesn't change anything for me. Okay? There are facts and there are non-facts. Okay? There are things that are true and then there's things that are not true. All right? Truth. Donald Trump was convicted of 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in furtherance of another crime. That is a fact. I don't need you to believe me. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't need you to like it. I don't need any of those things because it is true.
Yeah.
Okay? Just like
True.
we know that the
True.
earth is round. Okay? You don't have to believe that. All right? I'm not forcing you to believe it. I'm not forcing to have a conversation. Like you can go off and believe it's fat or flat or rectangular or a cube or
you know what I do
you can
think
believe
is real.
You can believe
You know what
whatever.
I do think is real.
I don't care.
I
You
think
can believe
Trump's
whatever
arrangement-
you want. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's still circle. Okay. It's still a circle regardless. All right.
Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing. It's a real problem. Nobody
Hold
is
on. What
saying
did you
that
just say
Donald
about
Trump.
Tylenol?
What?
What did you just say about Tylenol?
You heard me.
I know, but you were muted. No one else did. And I want you to repeat it.
I said that Trump derangement syndrome is a real thing, okay? And I think proof that it exists, is when women across America shove Tylenol down their throats in spite of Donald Trump and RFK. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's madness. And they're doing this shit at their own detriment. And, it's crazy. This MAGA, in my opinion, represents the health of America. And Democrats clearly hate America. Now, we can sit here and we can debate about the 34
Your
felonies.
mom must have had like a Tylenol only diet.
Oh, so
the whole time, whole time she was pregnant.
Listen.
It must have been a
I
Tylenol.
expect
She was
this
on
of you. I expect this of you because you're on the left, and what leftists do whenever they're cornered,
I bet you're circumcised too,
they
aren't you?
always hurl insults. They always hurl insults and then turn and run away from the debate. I bet you. Hey, let me ask you this: what's your opinion about Charlie Kirk? Are you one of the people that's happy that he's dead?
Who?
Yeah, there you go. This is your disrespect to America. Oh. I want everybody to see it, and you guys aren't even afraid of hiding it anymore. Let me ask you this: why do you hate America so bad?
What?
Why do you hate America so bad?
Oh, I love my country.
Then why do you cast off MAGA as if they're terrorists and talk about them?
The only people that are calling people terrorists are the right. The only people that are calling people terrorists is your president. Okay, I didn't call the right terrorist. Insane. You're the one that's doing that. It's your side that's doing that. Okay.
Well, maybe it's very clear that the mentality of somebody who would celebrate Charlie Kirk's death is absolutely an extremist.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, well, you can keep pretending and hiding from the conversation.
Are you Charlie Kirk?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, well, you're not dead. You're alive right here. See?
Well,
you're talking.
He only lives on because of people like me. And I swear to God.
You know what, sir?
I swear to God, until people in this country. That is the first thing that I'll
actually agree with you on, is that you and Charlie seem like the exact same person. Actually, that actually 100% like checks. You guys sound exactly the same. But regardless of any of that, I feel like your crying and crashing out is really getting old. So I'm gonna move on to the next person that actually, has more than two brain cells that are fighting for third.
Yeah, see,
okay.
You hurl insults.
All right. Anyways. Yeah, that guy was crazy. Yo, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. We do this every single day but Friday. Frost King, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says, for the sake of your brain, please move on. Yeah, I did. It just, my brain can handle quite a bit. I'm pretty practiced. But thank you so much, Frost King. And Francis says, thank you for demonstrating how to challenge your bias and irrationalities. It's easy to be rigid and willfully ignorant. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Shay, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says, for dealing with this delusional caller. Thank you so much, Shay. Big time to chat for Shay and Francis and Frost King. I really appreciate y'all. Betty, thank you so much for the $2 that hurling insults and cries when it gets thrown back. We're throwing it back? Hey. Throwing it back. And Jeremy, thank you so much for the $2 also. I really appreciate that. And Keiko, thank you so much for becoming a super fan. I really appreciate that over on TikTok. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate y'all. You guys are being awesome. All right, we're going to move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. See how this thing goes out of the day. If you all would like to support the live, I do have super chats open like you guys have just seen that come through there. Great way to help support the live, to help lives like this keep going. And I like to throw them up in between callers and have conversations. So if you guys would like support, I really, really appreciate that. Also, I do have my little live gift goal over on TikTok. Also, please consider becoming a member or a super fan. Those are also great ways to support. So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, man. Just
Awesome. How old are
watching
you?
Live right here. I'm 44.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
No, bro, I just saw you live or whatever, and not sure 100% what's going on, and just wanted to kind of, have a conversation. Why do you have the question, do we support Trump?
Yeah, it's why you still support Trump, because I'm just trying to figure out why people
Right.
still support such a bad president. Yeah.
And what are your bases on him being a bad president?
His foreign policy sucks, his economy sucks, and he's a pretty bad person. Not to mention his
Okay.
domestic policy and his immigration policy, and honestly,
Immigration
but
policy, like getting like the illegal people out of our country?
no, immigration policy, like detaining and arresting American citizens, like sending people to terrorist prisons that have committed no crime, like sending people to Africa when they're from Latin America, like zip tying children and having them on the sidewalk, like trying to quell peaceful protests using the military and ICE,
Gotcha.
things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree with you on certain points, like using military is kind of like that whole martial law type thing. So I understand that point of view. I think that it can be a better way of handling that. You say his foreign policy included with like the immigration, or just the way he deals with other countries?
No, I mean the way that he dealt with Ukraine and Russia, the way that he's dealt with, freaking whoever, NATO, the UN, EU,
So you're okay with
Japan.
Got you. You're okay with like U.S. payers tax money going to Ukraine when we have homeless veterans? I'm a veteran, by the way. Homeless veterans, people that are in.
Donald Trump just sent
mental
$20
health
billion
that may
to
be-
bail out Argentina.
What's that?
Trump just sent $20 billion to bail out Argentina.
Okay, I'm not too sure about that, and I'm not going to speak about that. I don't know.
Well, what I'm saying is,
what
sir,
the
you're complaining about
reasons
money going
behind
to
that.
Ukraine, but then you don't complain about
Right,
money
right.
going to other countries.
Argentina? Yeah, because I don't know the basis of that. I think that I think it should be America first, right? I think that we need to help, the people in America. We need to get the illegal immigrants, right? I'm married to a Colombian woman with immigrant parents that came over in the 80s and did it the right way. So I do have sympathy for, the way they are going about it. However, I want America to be back to what it was, right?
What do you
A
mean
lot
to
of
what
us-
it was?
To what it was?
When?
It was conservative, right? It was family. It was God first, family, country, defense, military defense, helping out the mentally challenged. Like we had a sane
Hold
asylum.
on. When was
and
this?
Now we don't have a sane asylum.
When
All
was
we do
this?
is just, what's that?
When was this?
Like I said, I'm 44, so I lived through the 80s and 90s, and my life, young adults were able to afford a house, were able to build a family. There was patriotism where you liked your country. A lot of people complain about this country. Go somewhere
Because
else.
complaining
I
about this
traveled the
country
world. I've been
is
to Germany,
patriotism.
I've been to
Hey,
the Middle East,
hold
I've
on,
been to
hold
Qatar,
on,
I've been to
hold on.
Saudi.
Shh.
Yeah.
Complaining about this country is patriotism. Not complaining about this country is nationalism. Okay, let's make that very clear. Those are two completely different things.
Say that again, because that didn't make
Complaining
sense to me.
about your
Wait.
country is patriotism. Understanding that your country
Complaining-
has flaws and wanting to address those flaws, that is patriotism. Okay. What you're asking for is nationalism. Okay. Nationalism is believing in your country when they're doing the wrong things and supporting your country when they're doing the wrong things.
I
No, that's
disagree.
exactly what
But-
you're saying. No, I don't
I
care what you're
disagree.
agreeing with. Okay. I'm letting you know that's what it
Nationalism-
is. Okay.
Nationalism is wanting our country to continue thriving because we are the number one country in the world.
Incorrect. That'd
And
be
if we continue
patriotism.
in this- Huh?
No, that would be patriotism.
I'm a patriot. Okay, so I'm a patriot and a nationalist.
Okay.
So is that a bad thing?
How
to
are you
be
a
that way
patriot?
when we live? I'm a patriot because I serve my country.
So what?
I pay my taxes.
So what?
I obey the law. I take care of my family first and foremost.
There's
You know
people
what I
that
mean? So I
that
think
there's
that's
there's people
interesting,
there's
right?
people that aren't even U.S. citizens that do all of those things.
Okay, they need to be American citizens.
No, there are
So that they
there
can
are
so
American
that they
there
can
are
benefit
non
from the benefits
sir
of
there
America.
are non-American there are people who are not American citizens who have served in our military, who pay their taxes, who take care of their
Wait,
families,
no, I
who
think
work,
you're
who
making that
do
up.
all of those things. Oh, you
You
have
can't serve
I'm
our country. I'm a
with all of that.
balance of JPA.
Now that we're done of all of that, okay.
Right.
Cool. Do you not realize that people in this country are able to join the military as non-citizens in order to gain their citizenship?
That's I don't argue things that I don't know. I highly doubt that, but I will look
So
into
you
it.
served
I
in the
didn't know that.
army and
Can
don't
you?
even know the fact that people have gained their
Okay,
citizenship
so are you
in
gonna
this
get on me
country,
on that
have
when I'm
gained
saying that I don't know
citizenship
what
in
you're
this
talking
country.
about?
Oh, okay. So if you
Also,
did
there
know
is,
about that,
and
sir,
so
if
give
you
me an
did know about
example
that,
of
sir, if
somebody
you
that
did
did
know
that.
about that, sir, if you did know about that, then you'd know that
Yeah.
there are people who are not U.S. citizens who have served in our military, who pay their taxes, who do all of
When?
the things that you are saying.
Give me an example, son. You're
Give you an
talking about
example
this, but
of
you're not
what?
saying it.
Of the
Yeah,
law?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like, give me the actual law that says that a non-citizen can serve our country in the military and fight in a war without being a citizen. Please tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, literally wherever USA.gov right here. A non-US citizen can join the military, but they must be a lawful permanent resident.
Bro, are you a Democrat? Are you a
Nope.
liberal? Like, what is your
Nope,
stance?
not either of those things. How about you respond to what the fuck I just said?
Oh, why? Are you cursing, bro?
USA.gov says
Uh-huh.
a non-US citizen can join the military, but they must be a lawful permanent resident.
How many immigrants that are in the country illegally are joining the military? To
Sir,
do exactly
sir,
what you're just saying.
sir.
How many?
If it's
illegal
one, you're
immigrants,
still wrong. You know that, right?
non-citizens? Huh?
If it's one, you're still wrong. You know that, right?
If it's one, I'm still wrong.
Yes.
That's
So I'm
fine.
trying
One
to
is
figure
fine.
out
One
how
is
the
fine,
things,
but not 30
sir,
million. Not
sir, I
15,
didn't say
not
anything
20
about
million.
30 million. I'm asking
No, I'm
how
just saying.
what people who
Your
aren't even,
argument is all
sir,
about
I am
immigrants
asking you,
not being
sir,
citizens and serving
I
the
am
country.
asking you,
What's
no,
up with
my
the 30
argument is
million
not
that
that,
are?
sir. That my argument is not
I'm gonna
that. That's why
listen
you
to
need
you.
to pay attention.
Got
Okay?
you. No,
That's
I'm
why you need to
listening.
pay attention. Okay? So let me explain
I'm
my
an active
argument.
listener.
How
Yeah. What's up?
are you patriotic for doing a whole bunch of stuff that people who aren't even US citizens can do?
How am I patriotic with non-citizens doing the same thing that I've done?
Yeah. If a non-US citizen can do it, how does it make you patriotic for doing it?
So, patriotism is following the law. If a non-citizen is in our country and it's illegally here, then that completely debunks your argument right now.
Gotcha. You ever got a speeding
You're
ticket?
here illegally. You're here illegally.
Got. Have
so
you ever broken
already
a speeding?
broke the law. You're not a patriot.
Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket?
Huh?
You ever gotten a speeding ticket?
That's civil. Yeah. I like fast cars. So that's
Oh, okay. Well, then
bad
you're not a patriot
Yeah.
because you've committed a civil infraction in the United States.
You know what a patriot does is comply with the police. Damn, I was wrong. Yeah, you're right. And I paid the $500. I paid my
Undocumented
coins,
immigrants do that all the time.
Yeah, and they need to go.
Oh, so do you then?
Huh?
So do you then?
So what?
So do you then?
No, I'm Puerto Rican, bro. I'm a citizen.
What,
I was
so
born
why,
here.
why the
Thank
fuck do I
God.
why do I
We hit
give a
the
shit about
lottery.
that? Donald
We hit
Trump
the
doesn't care
lottery,
about
bro.
that. Donald Trump is trying to get rid of
Huh?
birthright citizenship. So what?
So what? They're trying to get rid of a Puerto Rican citizenship?
They're trying to get rid of birthright citizenship.
Birthright? That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, bro.
Sir, you just said I'm a U.S.
Puerto
citizen.
Rico-
I was born here.
Puerto Rico
Sir,
is a property.
sir,
It's a territory of the U.S.
Sir,
so
sir,
that doesn't concern
you
me.
just said, okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm a U.S. citizen. I was born here. What makes you being born here? How does that make you a U.S. citizen?
Being born here?
Mm-hmm.
You just answered the question. I was born here.
But you being why does you being born here make you a U.S. citizen?
Uh-huh. Because I'm born in the USA. I don't understand.
So
your
you don't
question, bro. It's
know
very
how
simple.
why being born here even makes you a U.S. citizen.
What? I'm not comprehending the other part of what you're seeing, bro. Like for me, a U.S. citizen is somebody that's born in U.S. territory. whether it's Guam, whether it's Hawaii, whether it's Puerto Rico, whether it's St. Thomas, whether it's the Bahamas. You're a citizen, bro. Like, what are you asking? What makes me a U.S. citizen?
Mm-hmm.
That I was born in America.
All
Maybe
right.
out North America.
I'm gonna put something up on the
let me be
screen
more
so everybody
specific.
can read it. Okay.
Philadelphia,
Sure. I'm
Pennsylvania.
gonna explain it to you. Okay.
North
By
Philadelphia.
the way, if you're gonna be so like strong about how you're a veteran and so you're a patriot, veterans would have taken an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. Maybe you should learn what it says, and since you took an oath to support and defend it, okay, that would be very important. So the 14th Amendment of the United States, okay, says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens.
about, like,
Sir,
anchor
I'm
babies
reading
and
the
all that
Constitution. You will be quiet when I do
anchor
so.
babies and all that stuff.
You're-
I'm not
sir,
an anchor baby.
sir, be quiet when I'm reading the Constitution. Have some fucking respect.
All right, I will.
All right, awesome.
Because I believe
All
in the Constitution. So I'll shut up.
obviously not. Okay. All
Go ahead.
persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of the law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protections of the law. Okay, that is the 14th Amendment. Okay, Donald Trump. Nope, not your turn to talk yet.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Donald Trump is currently challenging that in court to say that just because you're born here doesn't mean that you're a U.S. citizen.
Am I allowed to speak now?
Yeah, you can address what I just said.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's completely bullshit.
Oh, gotcha. So there wasn't just
Completely bullshit, bro.
Oh,
You're
okay.
making things up.
Oh.
You got bullet points. You listen to CNN and MSNBC and all these freaking liberal and right or left wing stuff, and you run with it, bro. You run with it, man. You think that America was better under Biden and Obama and the Democratic, leadership? You think our country was better? If you're a veteran, bro, every freaking country was laughing at us, bro. They were taking advantage. The reason Russia went into Ukraine was because Biden.
And what did
This
Biden
dude-
do to make that happen? Thank you so much,
What's
Kai.
that?
I appreciate that, being a super fan. And what did Biden do to make that happen?
He was a freaking well, first and foremost, it was not him, not Biden. It was the people that were controlling him.
Gotcha.
right?
So Biden
People
did it, but
behind And
Biden
I'm not
didn't
gonna
do
go
it.
into
Got it.
conspiracy
Okay,
theories,
cool.
bro. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, Biden did it, but Biden didn't do it. We're off to a great start.
Bro, you've been freaking anyway. Bro, I appreciate your time, man.
I did not appreciate
I hope
yours.
that you change. Yeah, that's the type of.
By the way,
people
there's
that
a screen
you
up here.
are.
Supreme
You
Court
guys are
sides
that
with
type
Trump
of
on
people
nationwide
that I
injunctions
can-
and
that I
birthright
can agree
citizenship
with.
case. Just let you know that whole
You
like
get
thing
it?
about birthright citizenship. I have it on the screen so
Yeah.
everybody can see it.
Yeah, I can't see it. I don't have
I
my
know.
computer in front
You
of
should
me.
go
I'm
Google
talking
it.
From the things that I've experienced in my life, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and that what you're spewing, bro, is not good for America, man.
So no,
you
what
know
you're
And
spewing
me
is not
being a
good for
conservative,
America.
Not a right. I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. Independent. I'm a conservative. I believe in God first, family, country. So that's my point
Sir,
of view.
what
So
you
I
are
don't-
is an uninformed person, uninformed American citizen. Okay,
That's
in
fine,
this
man.
country,
Go
you are the
continue doing your
problem.
little TikTok, bro. You're
All right.
a fucking ignorant
You-
beta, bro.
Yeah, you're an
ignorant beta,
uninformed.
bro.
Okay,
Any
you're
man
an
that's not a
uninformed.
conservative is a freaking beta, bro. And it's okay. I love that. I can
Yes,
go on
sir.
the phone
I'm
and
a
tell you
beta, but you're
exactly
up here
what you are,
crying on
bro.
my
You
life.
probably have no wife, no property, no land, no freaking business, and I have all
Property
of that.
and
You know
land
why?
would be the
Because
same thing.
We live in an America where it's capitalism, where I work hard and sweat by the sweat of my brow and build stuff, bro. I'm an orphan. I didn't have a dad or a mother. I freaking was homeless at 19. I joined the military. You can't do that in India.
You're giving off
China,
some real
in
beta
Japan,
energy right
and
now. Just
freaking-
thought I'd let you know that. This is some real
Like I
beta
said, bro,
energy.
Listen, I'm in heaven. I live heaven on earth. I live heaven on earth. You hear my son? I'm 44 and I got a 1.5-year-old. I married a
Maybe you should go
beautiful
take care of
Colombian
your
woman
son instead of
that's
crying
30
on my
years old,
live.
bro. Check this. No. I'll take care of him. Yeah, he's chilling right now. Do you hear him crying? He's dancing around. I'm raising him to be an alpha, just like me. Not like you that.
Well, I hope for his
worry
sake
about little beta.
I hope for
Yeah,
his
man.
sake
I
that
hope,
you're not.
I hope that you get out of hell and get a wife and be a man.
Get out of
That's what I hope
hell.
for you.
Get out of hell.
God bless.
Hail Satan. Can I get 666 in the chat? Hail Satan. May
So
Satan
crazy.
come and
How old are
and
you? You
haunt
asking my
this
age?
man for the rest of his times. This man and his son.
Hey, my fellow Americans.
666
what's your
into the
age?
chat. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
What's your age? You asked me for my age.
There
What's your
is
age?
no age in hell.
Yep, that's what happens when you lose a debate. A little simple debate. You
This was
start
not a
making
debate,
little
sir.
things like
This was
right?
me being an intelligent person and you crying and whining like a little
Are you white? Are you European? Or
beta,
are you
like a
European?
little
Let me ask you. I don't know about you,
beta.
Cross, and I'm hardly ever on the phone, but I'm like, let me. 'cause
Oh,
I
now
do
you
have
want
a
to know
business
about me?
on
Are you
TikTok.
hitting on me too?
Wow, I don't even think that way, but okay.
Wow,
Betas, I
now he's
understand
hitting
you
on
think that
me.
way. No, I'm not hitting on you, but betas do think that way. How old are you and what's your nationality?
Yeah, sir. This isn't a fucking dating website. I don't want to. I don't want to know anything about you. Okay. I don't.
You asked
I
me-
enjoy long
you asked
walks
me
on
how
the
old I
beach and
was,
holding
right?
hands. Okay.
Didn't you ask me how old I was?
I asked you how old you were because that's required for you to be on the live per terms of
Okay.
service.
And you can't answer that question if I ask
Yeah,
you that?
here's the answer, okay? I am 38 years old. I think that you are a
38.
weak and sad excuse for a man, and I want you to go take care of your son so hopefully he grows up to be a better person than you are, okay?
God bless, bro.
All right, hail Satan.
Beta.
All right, cool. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. Please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. No Cap Podcast. Thank you so much. Says thank you for the $10 super chat. So this is pure entertainment. I'm glad I found this channel. That's what we're here for. We're here for the entertainment. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Colin, thank you so much for the $5 over on Cash App. It says, how is progressive not a Democrat or a liberal? Well, actually, progressives are very different from liberals. And you could be a progressive or a liberal and not be a Democrat. Democrat is a party, a private organization that you either belong to or you don't belong to. I do not belong to the private organization known as the Democratic Party. I am not registered as a Democrat, so therefore I am not a Democrat. All right. You can have alignment with the policies of the Democratic Party. Okay, but does not make you a Democrat. All right. That is the idea that people in the United States have somehow like had this idea that somehow you have to like show some type of allegiance to a political party in order to, to be part of that, to be a liberal or a progressive or a socialist or a communist. No, you don't. You can just be a human being. That's an informed person who's a voter in this country. You don't have to do any of those things. All right. But thank you so much for the $5 Cash App. I really, really appreciate that. Excellent question, by the way. Betty says, thank you so much to $2. Says, MAGA says, get a job freeloader to homeless vets. Exactly. Exactly. He sure as hell does. Sure as hell does. Hey, Liz. Thank you so much for the €5. Says, I am from Germany. Respect the USA when it attempted to look like a democracy. We are far behind that by now. Still for your jet ski. Hayless has been donating to my jet ski fund for a while. We're going to get there. I'm telling you, we're going to get to that jet ski. 100%. I guarantee you we're going to get there. Thank you so much, Hayless, and love from Germany. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Jeremy George just say simp. I don't know if he's talking about me, the guest, or the other, or himself. But either way, thank you so much. And Tenora said, should have charged for therapy with that guest. Yeah, I did not make enough money at all to be that guy's therapist for sure. But thank you so much, Tenora. And Michael, thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. Said he is steep into the cult. Uneducable people are hard to listen to. Yeah, he was way deep in there. What's crazy to me too, right? After this whole Bad Bunny thing where MAGA is literally like, we're going to deport Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl, right? We're going to deport him. ICE is going to rip him off the stage and deport him. And we still have Puerto Ricans that are supporting MAGA. Isn't that wild? To still have Puerto Ricans supporting MAGA as MAGA is literally trashing them. Crazy. It's crazy. Thank you so much, Michael. I really, really appreciate that over on Venmo. Can we get big W's to chat for all the super chats and the support that we just had there? That is absolutely amazing. I did thank Kai for becoming a super fan. I don't know if I got Shrugs. Thank you so much for becoming a super fan. And Kiko, thank you so much. If you guys would like to support the live, like you see, I do have super chats that are open. Also, becoming a super fan and becoming a member is a great way to support the live. But most importantly, come in, hang out, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Those are all great ways to just support the live and to be here for the live. So I really, really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. So much help and so much support. All right, we're going to open up these phone lines, keep this thing going. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day here on a Monday and with the early live. Gotta check this real quick. All right, cool. Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing excellent. How old are you?
I'm 60.
16?
60.
60.
Yes.
Copy that. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
Okay, I want to give you a little background. This might help you and your followers. I have 36 first cousins. One of my cousins was a Michigan rep and state senator in the 80s and 90s. We were 100% Democratic our whole life. We all voted Democratic. We had all the stuff for him, on our lawns and everything. So, true Democrats. I voted all the way up to 2016, and then I went to Trump. You still there?
I'm still here. I'm not sure what this has to do with anything.
Well, all I'm getting at is why are people jumping over?
Why are people jumping
I
over?
would
There's
say-
lots of reasons
I
why
would
people
say-
jumped over in 2016. One was
No,
a
no,
huge
well-
backlash after Obama due to, having a black president. You could obviously see that. One was that people didn't support Hillary Clinton, which honestly I can't give a huge freaking rebuke on that because Hillary Clinton was not the person to run in 2016 because Bernie Sanders would have been a much better candidate. But of course, the Democratic Party wanted to fudge those numbers in order to do that. So Trump was running against that. Third, we have a misogynistic, stance that goes into it. Donald Trump has only beaten two people in the United States. Both of them are the only two women to ever run on major party candidates in the United States, right? There's a bunch of reasons why people voted for Donald Trump in 2016. And honestly, if you want to be completely honest with you, the reason why people voted for him in 2016 is really not my concern because honestly, people didn't exactly know what they were getting with Donald Trump in 2016, right? But that's a lot different than what people voted for when they got into 2024 because at the time we got in 2024, we knew exactly what we were getting with Donald Trump. And what we were getting was somebody who was going to tank our economy, where we were getting somebody who had no capability to address our needs either domestically or on a foreign stage whatsoever, right? And somebody who did things, who wanted to suppress free speech in his first term. We tried to put the military against their own people. Somebody who literally said he was going to be a dictator. Somebody who had a plan like Project 2025, which is ultra fascist, right? These are all reasons that we had in Donald Trump in 2024 not to support him. So my question is, why do you support him now?
Okay, no problem at all. I know you talk about he's a convicted felon. Really don't care. I mean, nobody would do that. No political party in the history has done what they've done, but it's okay what they've done. You got two things, well, really three things that made people jump. First was the border, number one. People saw all those people coming over, and the Democrats were saying, yep, the border's closed. The Democratic Party can say whatever they want. They can say he's a fascist, he's a Nazi, he's bringing the military. Nobody's listening. They just
there's tons of people listening, sir. There's actually a ton of people listening. If you actually look at poll data, Donald Trump's approval rating across all of those boards are literally tanking by the week. So people are 100%
Democrats polled, and
Sir, I don't give a fuck about the Democrats. I'm not a Democrat. This is not a conversation. I'm not a Democrat. Why do I give a fuck about the Democrats?
Okay, let me just tell you, New Jersey's going red.
No,
Why
it's not.
is that?
No, it's not.
Oh, you're not watching the governor race.
I'm not watching the government race. No, I'm actually really not. But no, it's not going red.
Okay, you all right?
That
so
that's
how
like
much you
that's
wanna
like
bet?
that's like saying
How
because
much you want to bet that the governor race
All right,
in New
awesome.
Jersey
is
going red?
when was the last time California was red?
Ronald Reagan.
Ronald Reagan, but they elected Arnold Schwarzenegger, who was a Republican. Were they not red during that?
Well, I'm talking presidency.
Yeah, sir. Just because you vote in a different party
But
candidate for the governor doesn't
but
make the state that
California
thing.
right now, if you look at a map, it's more redder than it is bluer.
No, it's not.
New York
It's not.
governor
That's
race
not
for
true at all.
2026. Just look it up.
I have, sir. If you look at the actual data, polls, and
Oh,
voting
yeah,
numbers,
I
it's
have,
nowhere near
because they
that.
talked about it because they want to flip Texas to blue, and now they're saying, wait a minute, California is redder. Kamala got less votes than in her home state. In her home state, Kamala got less votes than Joe Biden did.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Because
That doesn't, sir, that doesn't mean that people are going more redder, which is not a word. Okay. That doesn't mean that. Okay. That just means that they didn't like her for some reason. Probably because she was a woman a lot. I'm sure that had a lot to do with it.
and I'll guarantee you it will be a Republican woman first president.
No, it
We
won't.
already say it all the time.
No, it
Oh
won't.
yeah, we love Tulsi. You guys, which was great.
Nobody
and I
loves
won't say
Tulsi.
you guys.
Donald Trump doesn't even like Tulsi.
Well, you guys called her a Russian asset, and we want to appreciate you guys doing that. I'll say Hillary.
You
and
can
that's
have
the
her.
reason why I didn't vote. That's the reason why I didn't vote for Hillary Clinton. What she did to Tulsi Gabbard, just for you to know, and you know, it's just an argument. I mean, it's my opinion, but what Hillary Clinton did to Tulsi Gabbard changed my vote. Those were the
Sir,
little
if
things.
you're so
And-
dumb
and-
as to care about
wait,
Tulsi
and
Gabbard enough,
so-
sir,
it's okay,
sir,
but she's an American
caring,
citizen.
sir, it's Tulsi Gabbard, not Tulsi Gavin or whatever you're saying. Okay. Second of all, if you care about Tulsi enough for someone to change your vote, okay, then you obviously don't understand politics. All right.
Okay, that's your opinion.
All right.
Oh, I said that was one of the things, not the thing. One of the things, but that's all right. You can twist my words. And what made more people voted for Donald Trump in 2024 is the attack on him, just like Tulsi. The exact thing happened. They just couldn't let the guy go. You know what? Had to attack him. I talked to black people.
How did they attack him? I talked to
But
black
they-
people is a wild statement. How did they attack him?
By raiding his place. By taking
By
him to
raiding
court.
his
And-
place? How did the left raid his place?
Oh, let's play dumb now.
You mean
Let's
law
play,
enforcement? You mean law enforcement? Hold on,
Well,
sir.
let me just
Sir,
ask you something.
sir, you mean law
Let me
enforcement?
just
Sir,
ask you
no,
one
don't ask me
question.
anything. You've been talking this
Okay.
whole fucking time. You need to talk less. Okay? So law
And
enforcement
that's why you guys are
going
gonna keep losing.
yeah, you guys, I don't know whether you mean Democrats, which I've already said I'm not, or black people, because since you've talked to one before, okay? But you should be quiet now. All right? Cool.
Let's
Thank
hear
you.
the
So,
intelligent guy
Donald Trump,
that his party can't describe a woman, and that's why people left.
I
See,
can
that's the
easily
reality.
describe a woman, sir,
People-
but I don't know why you,
People
sir,
look
sir.
at
You
the
said you're
left,
60
and-
years old?
Yeah.
Then
The
why are you
people
acting
look
like a
at the
fucking
left.
kindergartner?
The
Like
people look
literally
at the left.
preschoolers have more self-control than you.
Oh,
Be
well,
quiet.
look, I'm not trying to say for a jet ski. I had 6 of them in my life. I've had both in my
quiet.
life. I've traveled the world.
You should have
You're
silence
38.
in your life and try it right now. Be quiet.
But all I'm saying is,
No, you're not
it's-
saying
the
anything. It is
country
your
is
turn to be
200
quiet. All right, sir. Well, I am muting you because I am tired of hearing your fucking voice, okay? Sir, I'm sure you are super redder right now, okay? But I need you to be quiet, okay? Okay, sir, no one can hear you because I had to treat you like a child since you're acting like one. I don't care, okay? So, no, you cannot. No, you cannot. Nope. No, you cannot. All right, perfect. So, when Donald Trump was asked to bring back the classified information, and All right, sir. This is your last chance for me to get this question out, and the next thing you will hear is
No,
the
but let me
dial
ask
tone.
you, what are you gonna do when we arrest her?
All right. Sir, the question I was going to ask you is, all right. So Donald Trump held classified information, refused to give it back, but it's the left that did it, not Donald Trump. See how easy that question was? Somebody get your fucking grandpa out of the liquor cabinet. It is 12:30 in the afternoon. All right. Please get your grandpa out of the liquor cabinet. It is 12:30 in the afternoon. All right. It is way too early. All right. To be dealing with your drunk grandpa. Y'all, please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this every single day but Friday. I really appreciate that. Jeremy, thank you so much for the $2. Said, not you, the guest. You continue to make my day. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. That was from the message from earlier. I didn't know who you were talking about. Some people do just send me super chats just to talk shit. So I don't know. But thank you, Jeremy. And Lovely, thank you so much. It's like said it's like they was in a cryo sleeper after 2016. Yeah, absolutely wild. Thank you so much, Lovely. And thank you so much for that Divine, that treat. Divine, I appreciate that. And Gringa, thank you so much for the $5. Says, I talk to black people reminds me of the Sixth Sense. I see black people. That was good, Gringa. Thank you so much. Divine, thank you so much for the second autumn leaves. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Divine, thank you so much for all three of them. Oh my God, big W's in chat for Divine also. And big W's in chat for everybody that just supported. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move this on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. You guys know the way to support. Super chats, pay links are in my bio, all at Polypolitics. Become a member, gift memberships, become a super fan, do all that fun stuff. Love you guys. All right. Hello, how are you?
All right, we're going to move this on to the next caller. Keep this thing.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Please mute the live while you're talking to me. Thank you.
Sorry, yeah, that was my bad.
Yeah, no worries. How old are you?
I am 24.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Was that your grandpa?
No, but I did watch it. I've been watching the last three people. I'll do my best to not pull some of those, but yeah, no, it's
I was just joking. So what's on your mind?
Well, I guess I should just tell you some things that I, like that he did. I'm not really too good at foreign policy. My foreign policy opinion
Neither is Donald Trump, so you guys are even.
Whether it's Ukraine, Israel, I don't care. I just want us to stay out of it, whatever. I don't care, all of it. But I guess domestically, which is stuff that I actually care more about, I think there's some pretty good stuff that he did. I thought that his rollbacks on DEI were pretty good. His defunding of Medicare was a good thing. Let's see. I think that I don't have that much of a problem of his stance of his policies on immigration either. So I guess that's just a couple things.
Gotcha. So you have no issue with Donald Trump literally breaking into houses with masked ICE agents, ripping American citizens out, zip tying them on the ground, ripping children from their parents naked, zip tying them on the ground, sending them all to detention centers, not even knowing who's an American citizen, who's legally here and who's not, sending people to foreign terrorism prisons, sending people to African nations that they're not from, ripping away, deporting American citizens, getting rid of people here who are here legally. I mean, we can go on and on and on. Ripping people out of their immigration court hearings when they're trying to do things legally.
So out of curiosity, do we know the numbers on how many illegals versus not illegals we've deported? Do we know the numbers on that? Or not deported, but taken into custody or deported?
No, because they don't document any of it. Yeah, they just do it and then they don't do anything after that. That's why there are multiple lawsuits against them across the nation. All right, it was actually really sad. Do you know who Don Lemon is?
Don Lemon sounds really familiar.
Anyway, he's a very, very well-known reporter. All right, and he does a lot of independent stuff now. But he's really, really excellent. I actually encourage everyone to watch him. He's really awesome. But he was actually doing an interview with somebody this morning that I was watching, and this dude was Like not to like be, you know, whatever. He was black as fuck, dude. Blue was black. He was very black. All right. Like very black. Right. And dude was just ripped out of his fucking house, arrested, sent to a detainment facility, which he describes as worse than Cook County Jail. All right. Good. We given no food, no water, and then just held in detention for 8 hours. A U.S. citizen, born and raised a U.S. citizen in this country, right? And after 8 hours of being detained, no paperwork, no nothing, just, oh, I guess you're fine. Let him out. No way to get back home, no nothing. And this is happening over and over and over and over and over and over in American cities right now. Why do you not have an issue with that?
So I'm gonna give like an example, but not with the same situation. It's more of just like the logic of the situation, if that makes sense. So a lot of the times, people on the left will say, "Hey, we should have higher social safety nets," and then conservatives will say, but people are just gonna abuse that. Well, it's kind of the same thing where you have a small amount of people who are kind of, you know, abusing or taking advantage of a system that's going on. But generally speaking, the idea behind and the execution, the execution could be better, but it is a good thing that we are doing what we can to lessen the strain of having millions of illegals in the country.
That's not what I asked you, sir. You seem to be very confused on what I'm asking you. So let me be very, very clear, okay? Mm-hmm. No one is saying that we shouldn't have less undocumented immigrants here. No one's saying that we shouldn't be able to deport people. No one's saying any of that, okay? Donald Trump's tactics, okay, are hurting people and injuring people. ICE is shooting reporters with rubber bullets right now in order for them to not see what they're doing. I was watching a live thing, right, where they were literally shooting at ABC News just so they wouldn't report on it. They're beating protesters, okay, who are protesting inhumane treatment. They are sending the military into these cities, okay? They're shooting
that's the National Guard, right?
They're shooting pastors and priests.
Oh, I saw that one,
okay.
actually. I saw that one yesterday or 2 days ago.
Sir, you cannot say that just because he's deporting some undocumented immigrants, that the way in which he was doing it is okay. You're saying you support his immigration policies. Well, these are Donald Trump's immigration policies. Literally freaking like beating people, treating people inhumanely, arresting American citizens, shooting at priests in the news. These are Donald Trump's immigration policies.
Perfect. I don't think they're perfect.
No, this isn't not perfect, sir. Not perfect would be, hey, we were specifically going after criminals in the United States, and we accidentally wrapped up a couple people that were, that we thought were a criminal act. We found the evidence, we realized they weren't criminals, and we let them go. This is systematic. Okay, they are purposely instructing ICE to do things like racially profiling people. They're instructing them to just grab brown people.
Mm-hmm. And aren't those people going to court for it?
Aren't those people going to court?
Didn't you say that there's lawsuits happening is what I mean?
Yeah, sir. Just because there's a lawsuit happening doesn't mean you should be supporting Trump doing it.
Well, I mean, it's not a perfect system of trying to reduce the amount of illegals, but also there's some accountability in having lawsuits happen. So it's not absolute. It's being checked. But I'd say overall, it's doing more good than it's doing harm.
What good is it doing?
It's the amount of immigrants. I mean,
and how is that good?
A lot of people.
How is that good?
So I think it's good because the more regulated the United States economy becomes, the harder it is for us to hold up a melting pot like this.
Donald Trump's economy is doing significantly worse than Biden's economy.
I'm not saying that his economy is great. There's a lot of things he's done. Like, I think the tariffs suck, right? But all I'm saying is that the more Trump
Sir,
does.
What is it doing good? What positive have we had as American citizens due to his policy?
Can you let me finish?
No, then get to the point, dude. I'm asking you a direct question. What good has it done so far? You've said.
Listen, I'm not from California. I can't talk and think as fast as you can. Just give me.
You think Californians can talk and think? I'm asking you a direct question. You don't have to think that hard. It's a direct question. You are making a claim.
I was trying to talk about
Sir,
What I
you
was
are making a
saying-
claim. You are making a claim. You are saying that removing the immigrants, okay, is doing good. I want a direct answer. What good
That's
is
what
it
I'm
doing?
saying. I'm saying that as the United States becomes more and more regulated in the economic sphere, it becomes more difficult for a melting pot to survive. When look at the EU countries, right? They are so much more regulated than us, right? So they, as a result, have to have a higher degree of assimilation and homogeneity, which stinks, but like it's part of a. Not every institution works for the same group of people, so yeah, I would say that as the U.S. becomes more and more regulated, as we have been for the past 20, 30, 40 years, as a result, we kind of have to, make some sacrifices.
So you're literally advocating for like great replacement, like white only homogenous freaking society in the United States.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You just did.
I am saying
You're literally a
that
white nationalist.
I'm Native American, but
then that makes you that makes you a really bad white nationalist.
It doesn't have to be based on ethnicity. It can be based on anything. It can be.
I didn't say anything about ethnicity. I said white
Or it
nationalist.
doesn't have to be ethnicity, nationality, race. It doesn't have to be any of those. God, it could be religion even. But all I'm saying is that, like, Europe can make a system of welfare states work because, when you use decision-making channels that are only political, you're going to have people who disagree and are kind of get at each other's throats because politics is a zero-sum game. And that causes a lot of hostility, especially here in the United States. It's getting really, really bad. I'm sure
Yep, United States is the only place with hostility. You nailed it.
No, it's not. I'm just saying that, one of the biggest reasons why is because we're relying more and more and more on political channels when we shouldn't be doing that. Europe can do that because they're mostly homogenous, so they can get away with it and use it well.
Cool.
So
what does being homogenous have to do with anything you're fucking saying, dude? Like literally, if you're gonna be a white nationalist and try to freaking put these ridiculous white nationalist talking points out, can you at least please make a comprehensible sentence? Like literally, you're just saying words that don't even go together. I'm trying to even like keep up with what you're fucking saying. Besides your again ridiculous. Well, why don't you just say it clearly?
Okay, so I guess the best way to make a multicultural society work is to free market stuff, but that's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. That's not in our cards. So I figure, okay, if we're going to really be doing this whole overregulation thing with the government, cutting down on immigration, which is what we were talking about, and that's how we got here. That's probably the better way to do it, is to reduce immigration, which is how I was saying that's probably a benefit now for the economy. Not now, but I'm sure in a couple of years.
Gotcha. So you're just saying a whole bunch of stuff to say Donald Trump's immigration policies are doing nothing to help you. Gotcha. All right, cool. I'm sorry. That was like so many words to just say Donald Trump's immigration policies are not helping anyone. Got it.
I never said that. I think they are helping a lot of people. I think that they're going to help a lot of Americans.
Who are they currently helping? You have yet to answer the question. All you've gone off on is some white nationalist fucking, homogeneity fucking rant about fucking multicultural and the free market, which has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't. It's not even a logical sentence.
The only way for multiculturalism to work is in a free market. I mean, look at Europe. Their individual European states are not really multicultural on the level that the U.S. is. So it works for them.
What does the free market have to do with freaking homogeneity?
What do you mean? It's the only way for multiculturalism to work is the free market.
That's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, no.
That is literally the stupidest fucking thing I have ever heard in my entire fucking life.
Do you not read like Hayek?
Oh, I read so much. Like, I listen to a lot of really, really, really dumb shit doing this. Like, holy crap. Like, the amount of dumb shit that I have to listen to for talking to fucking Trump supporters every day for the hours that I do it is
you not like what
nuts.
You do?
Okay.
You don't have
I
to
love
do
what
it.
I do. I'm just saying, you have taken the cake as the dumbest thing I think I have ever heard doing this, and I have been doing this for multiple years now. Okay. This is the dumbest fucking thing that I have ever heard in my entire fucking life. The amount of fucking big words that you are trying to use in order to say the most stupid shit I've ever heard in my life is astonishing.
come on, I thought we were just talking. I mean, how do you feel about, what's going on with the immigration thing? I mean, why don't you like it?
I have made it very clear what I have said, what are my
Yeah,
feelings on it, and you have refused to address it.
I mean, I did. You asked me questions and I answered them.
No, you're saying that Europe is somehow not multicultural, so they can be a fucking welfare state, which isn't true on
I
either.
I said individual European states are pretty much like.
Be quiet. Be quiet. All right, awesome. They are first multicultural, and also they're not welfare states. Neither of those things are fucking true, okay? So are you just going to keep cutting me off, or are you going to let me speak?
You've been talking for a while.
All right, well, it's your turn to be the fuck quiet, okay?
Okay.
All right, awesome. So not only are they multicultural, but they're also not welfare states. And neither of those things have to do with Donald Trump's completely abhorrent fucking immigration raids and policies that he's doing, which are completely inhumane to people, which is what I was addressing. Because I already said that having strong immigration policy is already a good thing, and I have no problem with that. So again, you're arguing a strong immigration policy against something that's not even happening when that wasn't even the question. You're literally, it's like you just wrote like, oh, this little lefty is going to fucking say he doesn't like strong immigration. And so these are all the fucking things I'm going to say that make no sense. And then when I said I was for strong immigration, you didn't know what to say. And so you went back on it. All right. So are you please going to even close to address anything that we're talking about? Or are you going to go off on your ridiculous freaking white nationalist rant again?
Could you ask me a question then?
I just did.
It was a lot, dude. I tried.
That was a question. Yeah. Literally the last thing I just said was a question before you asked, are you going to ask me a question?
You were saying, can you say something without sounding like a white nationalist? But that's a very broad question. So could you narrow it down?
It's not.
So you're just not going to ask me anything?
It's not a broad question. It's a very straightforward question, actually. It's about as direct of a question as you can possibly make a question, I'm pretty sure.
Just to clarify, you're asking me if I can say anything that doesn't have to do with white nationalism?
No, I'm asking if you're ever going to actually address the actual freaking horrible things that the Donald Trump administration is doing to people who are inhumane, and how that is and how that is positively affecting Americans, which you have yet to address.
Okay, so positively, what Trump is doing is he is reducing the amount of illegal immigrants in the country. And he's also kind of scaring away potential immigrants who want to come to the United States, both legal and illegal. So the United States is going to be having less illegal and illegal immigrants coming to the U.S. in the foreseeable future, right? You there?
Continue.
Okay. And the United States at the same time has been being more and more regulated in the economic sphere, right? So what I was saying is that even, that still sounds white nationalist. There's just no pleasing you. I mean, it literally doesn't even have to be white people. It could just be Americanism or patriotism. You don't have to be black to be an American. You don't have to be, Mexican to be an American. So I don't mean to say that you have to be white, that you have to be Christian. I would say that you should just try to be assimilated into, parts of American culture. And when people are coming in illegally in droves, it makes it really, really hard to organize and assimilate and make sure that people are where they should be and not, messing things up. I don't think that immigrants are gonna drain all of our tax dollars. I don't think immigrants are gonna go around murdering and killing. I really don't think that. There's plenty of immigrants who are coming for a better life, who are just trying to do things for their family, and I really don't think they have malevolent intent. But having so many immigrants coming in at once can be catastrophic. It could be really, really
You have
bad.
yet, just so to let you know, you have just been rambling and not answering my question whatsoever. But let me be very clear. Since he's just going to say a whole bunch of words over here, I'm going to just tell you what he said. Okay. The reason why he likes
Wait, was I
Donald.
muted?
No, you were talking. Unfortunately, everyone heard you. The reason why this caller thinks that Donald Trump's immigration policies are really good is because he doesn't like pressing one for English. He just said all of those words, okay, in order to pretty much say, okay, I don't want to press one for English anymore, okay, which is like just comes all the way down to it, all right. But I would like to say you did a great job of kind of like drowning your own point, okay, in that and not addressing the question whatsoever. So I'm going to move on to somebody else because this has become a giant waste of time. All right.
Do you ever not hate anyone you talk to in this job?
Oh, sir, I don't hate 99.99999% of the people I talk to at all. Okay. Actually, I probably pretty much don't hate anyone. Like, why would I waste my energy hating you?
I mean, not
Sir,
hate,
I
but,
want to
like,
be
you just
very
don't
clear
have,
that
you
you
don't have
don't.
fun doing this.
Sir,
You
I
don't
have a
fun doing
ton
this
of
at
fun
all.
doing this. Okay.
But you have fun trying to put people down and tell them how stupid they are.
No,
I mean,
sir, I
I'm
have
just
fun
trying to
telling
share
you
ideas of
how
books that I've
stupid you
read.
are. Okay.
Yeah,
What is it,
see?
Mein Kampf? All right. Well, sir, I'm having an absolute blast, sir. Okay. But I don't waste my energy hating people like you. You're not worth my time hating. Okay. Hating would require a care for you to begin with. Okay. And I do not care about you at all. So therefore it is impossible for me to hate you. Okay. I save emotions like hate for people that matter. All right.
Cool. Okay. Sure.
All right.
You
Well,
win.
have whatever day you
You're
deserve. All
doing-
right.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Anyways, y'all, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate you. Please make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you. We do this every single day but Fridays. Oh, my leg itches. I think I might have got bit by something. Yeah. Anyways, lovely. Thank you so much for the $2 super chats. I love non-corporate media, Don and Joy Reid. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love it. I love it. he said assimilated so much he might be Borg. Yeah, that was that dude, if you're gonna, all I'm saying is if you're gonna do some like white nationalist shit, like just fucking like at least make coherent sentences when you say it. Dude wasn't saying shit. Holy crap. Was that really 20 minutes? It felt like 2 hours. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the next caller. Keep this thing going. Y'all, if you would like to support the live, I do have super chats open. I like to again show like I put them up in between callers, so that really helps to kind of break up the monotony of everything. So thank you guys so much. Michael, thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. I gotta open it up real quick so I see the whole message. It said, Polly, people think that this country is a melting pot. It's a stew pot with all different colors and flavors. That's our strength, and this guy is steep in nationalism, so please drop him. No, y'all, I know that a lot of people like to like just drop people like that and like don't want to like hear them out, okay? I think it's important to listen to people like that, all right? I think it is, all right? Because truthfully, all right, those people that talk like that, right? People that are trying to go to like a homogenous society, white nationalists, Christian nationalists, right? Those people vote. All right. So like when you're trying to decide who to vote for and you're like, oh, maybe someone like Trump won't like be so bad, right? Maybe someone like Trump won't be so bad. Okay. Just remember that that's also what you're voting for. All right. It's mindsets like that. Like that mindset that guy has is very close to like what Stephen Miller has. People that work in the White House, people that actually do things that affect you every single day. All right? It's important to hear what they have to say so that you can stay away from it. It really is. All right? It really, really is. Okay? For all of you guys that are whining in my chat about the way I handled that last guest, I would like to let you know, okay, that I don't care at all. Okay? Just thought I'd let you know. All right. I handle guests however I feel like I want to handle them, and I have as much emotion or lack of emotion as I want to with that guest, with the guest that I have. Okay. And I'll do what I want on my live and have as much fun with them or do it, say whatever I want to them that I fucking want. All right. If you don't like it, you can just keep scrolling past. It don't bother me at all. All right. Because there's tons of people who do like it exactly the way I do it. So cry harder. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It says, do you think an alternate reality where Trump won in Dems 2024 would be better or worse? It would be better. Hell, the Green Party probably could have taken over and it would have been better. Like I said, I think we would have been better with my Australian Shepherd. Thank you so much, Kai. I really appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Awesome. How old are you?
How old am I?
Yes.
33.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Huh?
Do you still support Trump?
Do I support Trump? Yes.
Awesome. What's on your mind?
So you said people that support Trump to call in?
Yes. I'm sorry. Why do you still support Trump?
I mean, who doesn't support Trump? Who would still be a Democrat at this point?
You know you don't have to be a Democrat to not support fascism, right?
Well, define fascism, because I'm pretty sure that Biden kind of he basically is a fascist.
Yeah, it's palingenic ultranationalism.
Well, he was controlling Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
Did I say controlling Facebook and TikTok is fascism?
That's a part of fascism.
No, I said it's palingenic ultranationalism.
Okay, part of fascism is propaganda.
Part of dictatorships are propaganda. Part of authoritarians are propaganda. Parts of democracy is propaganda. Propaganda is all of those, can be used in all of those different types of things.
But Biden tried to steal an election. He opened the borders.
Oh, goodness fucking gracious. Opening the borders is not fascism. Okay. Stealing an election would be, except for he didn't try to do that, and Donald Trump did.
He did.
How did he try to do that?
He tried to push an agenda on people so that they would vote for someone else. Then you didn't hear about all the voting booths kind of blowing up. There was one that had a bomb. He tried to steal an election.
Hold on. Did you just tell me that Biden tried to steal an election by trying to convince people to vote?
No.
That's literally what you just said. You literally just said, I was like, how did he try to steal an election? You were like, he tried to tell people to vote for somebody else.
No, also a part of fascism is taking your opponent to court for stupid things that you, during the election. Like, that's a part of fascism.
No, it's not, first of all. Okay. And second of all, when was Donald Trump when was the first time that Donald Trump tried to be charged with these crimes?
Okay, there were some crimes that he was charged before, but during the election, they started coming out with more. No. Those were already crimes that they were investigating that they just hadn't gotten all the way to indictment yet. Okay. And Donald Trump found out that he was getting ready to be indicted. So he announced his candidacy for president a year and a half before the presidency so that he could announce his presidency before he was officially indicted. Because they started investigating him for these crimes when he was president the first time. Yeah. So you don't think that all of the things that are happening currently isn't done by design, such as the riots, the fake
They're fake
protests.
riots. I agree with that. They are fake
Yes.
riots. Yeah, you're right.
They're being paid.
They're not fake protests, but there are fake riots.
If you're being paid to go out there, it's a fake protest. You don't really believe in it because they were saying free Palestine.
Where are you
free
having this
Palestine.
evidence that people are going out being paid? I have friends of mine that are out at these protests.
Okay, some people are real, obviously. There's some people that still go out there, but these people don't care about people at ICE.
You don't think people care about freaking mass government agents breaking into people's homes?
Most Americans don't care.
So if they did to you, you wouldn't care?
I have a Hispanic husband.
I
except
didn't
he's
ask
legal.
that. I asked you if mass
No,
government
if I
agents
was-
were breaking into your house, would
if
you
I was-
care?
Okay, they wouldn't be getting broken into their house if they weren't here illegally. What are you
Donald
talking
Trump
about?
is literally arresting and detaining American citizens daily through
Okay,
ICE.
where's the evidence of this? Because are they like, where's the evidence of this? Are you just saying it? Just to
Literally,
say
I
it?
was watching an interview of a guy that it happened to yesterday.
Did you watch this on CNN?
No, I did not.
Okay, where did you watch this interview at?
I actually was in an
Because
interview
it-
with Don Lemon.
Oh, okay. So propaganda.
Do you know who Don Lemon is?
Yes, I do. He's
Who
a
is he?
black guy.
He's a black guy. Well, I guess that is one way to technically define him.
I'm black. What the hell? I'm just defining him by. I don't know how else to say who he is. I just see him interviewing people.
Oh, okay.
Confused. See, this is the problem with Democrats. You guys
I'm not a Democrat.
well, you're pretty much are.
No, I'm not
Really
pretty
like-
much anything. Either you are a Democrat or you're not a Democrat. But let me get this straight. You're a
Mhm.
Blaga woman married to a
Okay.
Hispanic.
Yes,
That's wild.
it is.
Yeah, that's you're a Blaga woman
don't-
married to a
I don't-
Hispanic. That's pretty crazy.
So you shouldn't really tie your identity to just one thing like MAGA. I'm not MAGA.
You
I'm
are.
just pro-American.
No,
See,
you're MAGA.
I call you a Democrat. It's okay, but when you call
Because the Democrat is
MAGA.
a political party where MAGA is a political ideology. I am not a member of the Democratic Party, so therefore I am not a Democrat. You are part of the political ideology that is MAGA.
okay,
You don't have to
Maybe I
belong to a group in order to be MAGA.
I don't attach myself to labels.
You don't have to be attached to a label to be part of that label. It doesn't matter.
I don't agree with everything Trump does, but there's some things that I do agree with.
Okay. Well, I just want to let you know that Donald Trump does not give a fuck about you. Okay? At all. Actually,
Did Biden-
if he had the choice, he would probably get rid of you and your husband.
What about Biden? Did he give a fuck about me?
About you in particular, probably not.
Anybody? Did he
Oh
give a
yeah,
fuck
he
about
actually gave a fuck about the American people. That's for
me? No,
sure.
he did not.
Oh yeah, he absolutely did. Here's the thing about Biden too. He actually gave a shit about all American people, regardless of whether they were on the left or the right. He didn't only care about people that voted for him. He actually cared about people on both sides. You know who else has been a president that has cared about both sides? Obama, Bush,
Oh.
Reagan. Actually, almost every single president has cared about both sides of people, not just the people they voted for him. Except for Donald Trump, who only cares about the people that support him and buy his hats and buy his crypto and make him richer, and literally goes after everyone else. Like literally goes out of his way to make sure, like with the government shutdown, which he completely created, by the way. It's his government shutdown. All right.
Mhm.
Just the Republicans. And he's using that, okay, in order to rip funding away from states that didn't vote for him. Just because they didn't vote for him.
Do you think that people in like 2008 would say, or let's see, 2001 would say Bush was a good president?
In
Oh,
2001, they probably would. Probably not by 2008.
I think most people they pretty much didn't like Bush just like they didn't like Trump.
That's
They
not
only
true.
like Bush now.
That's not true. People liked Bush
Most-
when he was first elected.
I don't think they did. But
How old are
said
you?
Back then, I told you 33.
You're 33 years old? Okay. Well, you're wrong.
Okay. Well, I'm right.
No, actually in
Okay.
2001, what happened in 2001?
Oh, 9/11.
Oh, yeah. And when 9/11 happened, people actually very much rallied behind our government and our president. Yeah.
So you think that people liked him and he took certain freedoms away with the 9/11 Act? Most people didn't agree with that.
No, people did not like that, but not in 2001. Okay.
Okay.
You're confusing the difference between do people in retrospect like the things that he did in 2001 with did people like him in 2001? Okay. Those are two very, very different things. In 2001, people didn't have a problem with him. In retrospect of the things that he did back then, people don't like him. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
Okay.
But I mean, Kanye wouldn't have said what he said if the general consensus was that.
I'm
people
sorry,
liked
Nick,
him.
did you say Kanye?
I mean, we're talking about culture, about how people viewed Bush at the time. I'm saying that
You did
he
not
was
just say
president.
fucking Kanye on my fucking live.
I did. Because you have to be open to different perspectives.
Kanye, okay, is a literal crazy person. Okay, like
He
he's
is.
like he's a literal crazy person.
He
All
is,
right,
just like Candace Owens.
just like who?
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens is pretty sane in
Not
comparison
really.
to Kanye.
She's not.
That's your people. What are you talking about? That's Blago women. That's you.
She is a fake conservative. So
Oh, gotcha. Man, I didn't know we had Blago woman on Blago woman hate.
that's because she's pushing hate and she's pushing conspiracy theories with no proof of them. You don't just push things and say, "Oh, this happened," and you have no proof of it. That's crazy.
You literally just said Biden tried to steal an election in this phone call.
I did. You can look at all the evidence of it. I mean,
What evidence?
I just told you. Going after your opponent, things that if another country did it, America would be on their ass about it. Things that he did that were not right. And just by saying that something isn't right doesn't make you MAGA. I wouldn't define myself as MAGA.
Okay. I don't even know. I don't even know what. I think you actually have me speechless. I think that.
You have me.
This is silly. This is silly. This is silly.
Is it?
You know what? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get on early. I'm gonna do an early live today. You know what I'm saying? So I can, like maybe not catch the drunks and like it's just this is insanity. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I thought after the last caller, like we couldn't get much worse. You know what I'm saying? I think we actually somehow got worse. Okay? I think we somehow actually. I thought white nationalism was. I thought white nationalism from an indigenous person on Indigenous Peoples Day was gonna be the worst, but no. Somehow it got worse. Somehow it got worse. Didn't even know that was possible. CJ, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Said, but Biden girl, go somewhere and watch Coco Melon. Wild. Thank you so much, CJ. Sub-Zero 9/11 was an inside job. All right. Y'all, make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. You need to read a book she's cooking you from Black Republican. Yes. Please let me know what book I need to read. She so cooked me. This is crazy. Manny said, what are your thoughts on Gaza and Israel update? That's a whole conversation, dude. That's a whole thing to get into. That's a long conversation, one I'm not having right now. Andrew, thank you so much for the £2. I appreciate that. Gringa said female Kanye. Yeah, exactly. And Michael, thank you so much for the $5 Venmo. Said, thank you for correcting me. Let them talk. Shows the ignorance. Yeah, exactly, Michael. That's all I was saying. Let them talk. Shows the ignorance. All right, Joe. Hey, I'm going to shut this thing down. I've been on about 2 hours. I don't know if I'll be on normal time tonight or not. I might try to get back on around 6:30 Central. We'll see how the evening goes. But I really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I don't know. I said I might get on later tonight. I might not. We'll see. But make sure you join the Discord. That's how you'll know whether I'm going to get on or not. All right. All right, cool. Love you guys. I'll see you guys later, right?